Hi guys, good morning. How are you all doing today? Let's see, what is today? Today is Thursday, so you guys will be seeing this on Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Clearing the energy for us all. Just regular sage with some red, white, and blue flowers. Are you guys ready for the weekend? I don't really have a weekend personally because I don't have a normal job. I dog sit but for all of you who are at the end of your week, congratulations, you made it. And let's see what the cards have in store today. Today, and I forgot to check which deck to use first. I don't think it matters, but we're going to start with the Sacred Creators. And you guys have seen this deck before by Chris Ann. This deck is my very favorite of all of my decks. Because of the type of readings it gives, because it's about creativity and stuff. And then the other deck that I was called to use today is the Muse Tarot, also by Chris Ann. And if you haven't seen this deck of tarot cards, if you use tarot cards, it is gorgeous. So pretty. This is what the cards look like on the front. And this is what the artwork is like. Amazing, dude. And I love Chris Ann's decks. All of them. They're all really good. She has some of my faves. So that's what the deck looks like. All right. So this is going to be a shorter reading today. I learned my lesson the last time by saying what I didn't want instead of what I do want. I got to learn to follow my own advice when it comes to this positive speak. It's so hard. It's just so natural to say what you don't want instead of what you do. But today we are going to do a little bit shorter of a reading. So Sacred Creators, this is the crystal. Do a little shuffle. I hope you guys have something fun planned for this weekend. I have a couple podcasts planned. I'm going to do a Coddiwomple convo on Saturday afternoon and then Sunday night and after dark because we do it all on this channel. All right, let's see what we get. Get all my stuffs out of the way. Of course, it went flying onto the floor. My favorite! I think that was just one. I want to get a couple few from this deck today. Oh, that was more than a couple few. All right, let me grab that. All right, so we have five cards. The first card that came out is Fill Your Cup with Sacred Giggles, number 21. And see that infinity sign there. That one adds up to 3. This one is Get Back to Elemental. And this is 48, which also adds up to 3. This one is One Step Ahead is All You Need. That adds up to 5. And then we've seen this one before, one of my favorite cards, Your Soul Shines, number 34, which adds up to 7. So we have 3, 3, 5, and 7. And then the last card that we have here, I don't know if it came out last, but is Creator Water. And these cards are a little different. There's Creator Fire, Creator Water, Creator Air, and Creator Earth, I believe, all the elements. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards from the Muse deck first, and then we'll go ahead and get into reading them. Woo, those don't want to go together. All right. Oh. All right. Got 3 cards from that deck too. So the first one that came out is the 5 of Inspiration. And this deck is a little different in that it doesn't use swords and all the things. It calls them differently, and I'll look those up for you guys. Oh my gosh, 4 cards. Okay. All right. The 5 of that's interesting because we got a 5. So I'll put that under the 5. And then we have the 7 of Inspiration. And we also got a 7. We'll add it up to 7, so we'll put it there. This is too funny. A 3 of Materials. I know that Materials is Pentacles in a normal tarot deck. Put that under the 3. And then a 6 of Emotions. Which is funny because the 2 3s together add up to 6. So just always adding the numbers together to see what they say. All right, let's dive in. So, fill your cup with sacred giggles. The essential meanings: completion, the end of a cycle, closure, celebrating a job well done, accomplishments, well-deserved success, being proud of your work, travel, limitless options opening up. The self-care message: not finishing a job, a lack of closure, a time to finish an overdue or dropped project. Okay. Yep, giggles. Childlike? Maybe. But there's deep magic to be tapped into here. So give them space to bubble up. You are entering a time of completion as a goal you have been working on is coming to a joyous and prosperous end. This huge accomplishment will have massive implications moving forward, and the whole world is opening up for you now. Go you! Dip your cup into the well of sacred giggles and drink up. It's time to revel in the afterglow of closure and success, and know that you will deserve all the joyful prosperity that is coming your way. There is infinite potential on the horizon, so take time to do your success dance and to thank Spirit for getting you this far. This is not a time to play small and act if it were nothing. Be proud of your accomplishments, as this is a time to say, heck yes. That was massive and I rocked it. Accept this celebratory love wholeheartedly and keep your eyes on the horizon for much more of this energy as you ascend anew. The quote on it is, look back on the past few years and notice how far you've come. What have you accomplished? What is the most important thing you've learned? You may feel called to travel. This card says it's possible. How can you build your dream in a way that will also bring that travel aspiration to life? The first thought that came to my mind about that is Maybe you're not actually at the end of your specific project yet or goal, but if you take some time to sit and feel the energy of the successful outcome, and just imagine what it's going to feel like in all aspects, that's a good energetic place to be moving forward. So either way, celebrate a job well done, even if it's not quite done. All right, moving on, get back to the elemental, which is number 48. Essential meanings. A time to bring some elemental magic into your life. Getting outside, doing something witchy or wild, letting go of who you believe you have to be, and stepping into your elemental self. The self-care message is breaking free of pragmatism and logic, a time to explore the world with a childlike curiosity, getting past the fear of change and the fear of trying new things. We did see that card earlier in one of the other readings about honoring your child self. The elements in most magic circles are earth, fire, air, water, and spirit. And these elements create all matter and life. It's time to break things down into their simplest elements and to get back to your roots. What are the basics of what you're building? If you're a seasoned creator, what was your original plan and your original dream? There's a likelihood that you've grown since you began your journey, and it may be time to shift your plans so that they make more sense for you now. Get back to the basics of exploring the world like a child and seeing things anew. Fresh eyes will offer you a fresh perspective. And when you break things down into their most basic parts, you can put them back together again in novel ways. Take another look at what you're already doing and what you've already done, and take special notice of the magic that you already have access to. It may be time to cut any extra drama, networking, and extracurriculars that aren't 100% aligned with your basics, and call in the elements as you get back to your own kind of elemental. What quintessential desire runs through everything that you do, and what always remains the same? The quote here is, when you think of the magic available to you in fire, water, earth, air, and spirit, what comes up for you under each element? Write a list. When it's done, you can see how your list could help you understand your next steps. How could elemental energies inspire you? How could you bring more fire into your life, or air, water, or earth? This also is, again, talking about cleaning out. That's been a theme. The cleaning out. So remember why you started and check in with yourself and see how you've grown. All right, one step ahead is all you need. And I can see that this reading is already going to be long, so I apologize for that. I was hoping to keep it short, but the cards had other plans. All right, number 41. One step ahead is all you need. The essential meaning. 1% better each day. Determination, perseverance, forward progress, sharing learned knowledge, leading edge of thought, and building on existing skills. The self-care message. Worrying about expert status, impatience, not enjoying the journey, unwarranted feelings of doubt or failure, insecurities, lack of direction or focus, or taking on too much too quickly. Today, take one small step ahead. Sometimes we worry about not making it to our destiny fast enough, not building our content quickly enough, or not being expert enough the moment we begin. That pattern of not enough, let that go. Because one step ahead is all you need, sweet pea. Even overnight success happens in stages. Learn to revel in lifelong learning and stepping. And trust those who walked before you and who knew that the journey was more important than the financial destination. Whether you are moving toward adding new skills to your toolkit or toward a giant dream you've just started to envision, whatever it is that you are building, determination and perseverance are mighty mindsets to adopt. This card also suggests that you are 100% worthy of sharing any steps that you've learned with others, even if you've learned them recently. And if that doesn't sound like music to your soul, maybe it's time you start logging your steps and your progress to remind yourself how far you've come. When you string them all together, they become marathons of one step in front of the other. And the rhythm they create is your divine dance toward expansion, one inspired step at a time. How would you like to inspire others? And how can you express your own creative optimism? Is there something that you've been pushing too hard for? Or something that will benefit from more of your focus? When you tune in, what is your next step going to be? So, yeah. I've been sharing the knowledge with you guys that I have recently learned. Let's see. Number 34. And I'm not giving a bunch of commentary because there's so many cards here. I'm going to let the cards mostly speak for themselves. Number 34. Your soul shines. Essential meanings. Connecting with source, an opening of the 7th or crown chakra, allowing your soul to shine in the mundane, consistent practice, cleaning things up for some positive feng shui, and happiness and a bright outcome. The self-care message, getting in your own way, using spirituality as an excuse for the way things are, needing to walk the talk or spiritual bypassing. Underneath the smog of a difficult day or the impatience of a frustrating situation, your soul is there doing its thing, shining. It may require some buffing and polishing of the exterior, and you may need to do some habit busting to sense it. You may need to expose your raw and tender underbelly to pinpoint it, especially if your shine is hiding under a few thickened layers of hard knocks or a self-destructive lifestyle. Sometimes we have our perspective so shifted that we can't see the shine in others, or worse still, we can't feel it in ourselves. Know that it's with you, bringing magic to the mundane, because we are all connected to source energy and to cosmic grace. Your soul is always there, just shining through your flaws and your secrets. It's lovingly pushing you through your insecurities and any positive affirmations you're working on, even the ones that aren't working yet. And it's so proud of you. No matter where you're at, you are loved from the inside, from the soul side out. Decide to open up your connection to its ascension. And get out of your own way by trusting that your brilliant soul will radiate peace in every room you walk into. You have that choice. It's waiting patiently for you to ask, because it will lead whenever you are ready. Love more, laugh more, smile more. How can you bring this shine into your everyday? Small acts of kindness can change lives. How can you do more outreach, volunteering? What acts of service can you share? What do you need to love more today? All right. Let me look up Creator Water real quick. So Creator Water. Water is connected to the emotions, being in flow, and relying on your intuition. It governs the germination of ideas and conception, and it lives in the realm of dreams and prophecy. The element of water is insightful, healing, and cleansing. How can your intuition be of use to you right now? And what happens when you allow it to restore your balance? How would your situation change if you fell fully into your emotions? How well are your emotions helping you right now? And in what ways can they heal your situation? Are there places that love is hiding, waiting to be found? The element of water deep dive. Dive into water. Water governs the watery depths of emotion and intuition. When you tune out all of the should do's and could do's and you throw logic and responsibility overboard, what is left? Imagine that you are in water, on a ship, or on a beautiful beach, or maybe you're a mermaid swimming in the depths of the ocean. Tune out everything except how you feel. All you know is that your emotion is guiding you, and that any thoughts that come up for you are the direct results of your intuition. What message flows into your awareness? Immerse yourself in water. Take a ritual bath. Anoint your third eye with some fresh water and feel it open up a little bit more as a result. Dip your hands in a bowl of water and cleanse them of an energy that is holding you back. Infuse them with the magic of water's healing. When you are done, have a tall glass of intuition and healing and wait for it to start working from within. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do the dip the hands in the bowl of water. I have some energy I could release for sure. So we've talked a lot about intuition recently. We've talked about balance recently, having fun and being childlike. These cards are all, again, basically kind of speaking on that. All right, next we have the Muse Tarot, and we have the Three of Materials. Let me find that. All right. The Three of Materials. The keywords are the magic of collaboration, siblinghood, teamwork, group dynamics, relationships and responsibilities, mentors and students, getting along, helping one another, coming together for a common goal, cooperation, and fusing energies. The prompt is collaboration of souls. They weave, play, create, and spin their world to life. These muses of collaboration and creation are able to spin brand new mixtures and to form new life out of seemingly nothing by adding their intention, energy, love, and ideas. Oh, and their work and their expertise. While one is leading, the others learn from her, and they sway and twist as they flow from mentor to apprentice, teaching and absorbing. In their sacred flow, they draw in all the materials needed to create their spire of creation, their beautiful pattern of life. You, too, can work in unison with those around you, picking up leftover strings and filling in the gaps. The secret to this harmony is the pull-push of egos dropped and the respectful sway of mutually beneficial awe for one another's talents. Show up in essence and create a loom of magnificence with those around you. In the sacred entangle, we create, form, and make energetic communion of breathe, give, and take. Collaborations out there, maybe? All right, Six of Emotions. Where are you, emotions? There you are. All right, the Six of Emotions. The keywords: nostalgia, past memories showing up, old friends, old loves, a time to reach out to those you were once close to, a beautiful reminder of how far you've come, connecting with your inner child and your future self. The prompt is a sepia-colored recall. Not sure what that means. Splash, jump, giggle, toot, and all the world's a game. Remember her, the little girl testing out mommy's shoes, or him, the little boy jumping into the puddle to capture frogs? Can you feel them? Sometimes they need to be cuddled and reminded that the world is a big, beautiful puzzle. The muse holds a mirror of time in front of you and asks you to remember your present with clarity and love. She reminds you that lifelong friends and family and old flames and joys can be called upon, accessed, and experienced, if only in memories. She reminds you that inside this mirror, your filters of perception change your reality, and that every time you access your memories, you color them a wee bit. In this way, you have been changing your past since the day you were born. So why not choose to remember in a way that heals your heart? I remember you in the sweetest of fragments, organic, evolving, eyes open, heart lit. We loved and lived as if we were the living, breathing manifestation of consciousness. Again, honoring your inner child. That has been a constant theme this week as well. All right, on to inspiration. The 5 of inspiration. Keywords: rivalry, challenges, comparisonitis, a need to collaborate, infighting or trying to outdo one another, and friendly competition. The prompt for this one is bouts of discord. The muse looks down at the rivalry below, the pushing and pulling, the comparisons, the not enoughs. Sometimes she sees competition that hurts, and sometimes she witnesses healthy and productive competition that motivates. She hopes to illuminate both the positive and negative effect that these challenges can have on your life. Find opportunities to work with others for the common good, and engage in friendly competition that serves as a catalyst for your success. How do you compete in life? Do you lead with your ideas, your feelings, your charm, deep conversation, or perhaps it's your sexuality? Distinguish the type of competition that makes you a brighter light from that which dampens your ability to shine. Use this muse's sacred mirrors to see that the most important person you compete with is yourself. All the external competition in the world cannot demonstrate your innate worth. You are already deserving of your own highest accolades and love. A war of bodies, brains, and poses to win the titles, names, and roses. And in the end, we give too much of our souls and joys and such. And you guys should look at these cards because I'll put them up because these cards really depict what this is saying here. All right, the last card is 7 of inspiration. The key words are defending your position, being attacked, protecting your inner light, other people's negative opinions or scarcity mindsets, internal versus external validation, energetic shields, and paying attention to your energy. The prompt here is obligatory bravado. After feeling the sunlight of goals met and success tasted, the 7 of inspiration finds herself with clouded perception and a heavy heart. Those around her have attacked her wins, her path, her position. Some simply don't understand her unique glow and disagree with her, so they try to push her down. Some covet her accomplishments or dislike them. Some have mindsets about success that confuse their own fragile feelings about what they don't have with how they feel about her. She wavers, feeling it all, taking it in. And as she does, her fire begins to dim. It sputters as she allows the external jabber to enter her core. Then she remembers that rising up can sometimes mean others will not agree. She breathes in, She settles once more. She fills her heart with joy. Do not be dimmed. You deserve this success. It's time to defend your spark and reach out in love, pushing all external darkness away. Defend. I am. Here. I am. Strong. And I have made it. Take. You can't. And break. I shan't. No closing in will shade it. So it sounds like, again, we need to be playful, remind ourselves of the joy of why we're doing what we're doing, feel the success, even if we're not quite there yet, possibly entertain collaborations with other people who might be able to enhance what you're doing in some way, shape, or form. And then don't allow competition or naysayers or negative energy people to dim your light or cause you to rethink what you're doing, because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you can outshine their negativity with your positivity and joy. So I hope that resonates with all of you and that you have a great weekend coming up. And I will talk to you soon. Sending you all lots of love.